Okay, this is my first shot at making a video. It's going to be a basic snowboarding wax. Kind of how you would do it at home without workbench and all that. What I've got set up here, it's got a basic folding table, a couple of milk crates bungeed down here just to kind of hold the board. That way I can lay it upside down with the bindings on each side there. It gives me a stable place to work on. For a basic board wax, it's not really a lot involved. Obviously you need a few things. Wax would be a good place to start. I'm going to use an all-temperature wax today. You can pick this up at just about any snowboard shop. I've got a little Toco wax mouse. This little critter is only about 29 bucks at any ski shop. You can use an old iron, but you want to make sure you have one that doesn't have holes on the base. The thing I like about an actual snowboard or ski wax iron is it's got a real precise temperature regulator there. It's well worth the money to get it. So this is the wax iron I'm going to use. After I put the wax on, I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to scrape. Now I like to use a metal scraper. I don't recommend that for the first couple of times a person is waxing their board, because it's real easy with this sharp edge to damage your base. The standard little plexiglass thing there, it requires a lot more work than this does, but the first few times you start waxing a board, it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about damaging the base of your board. Once the wax is all scraped off, I like to polish it. One of these little green scrubby pads, they call them Scotch-Brite. It's a great thing to start with. Now I've got a structured base on my board, which means it has the grooves in it for channeling water and stuff. It's a structured base. Well, those little grooves the wax gets built up in there. So what I like to do at the very last step is I've got a couple of brushes here. I've got a fairly stiff nylon brush, which gets most of that wax out, and then a horsehair brush for polishing it. No big deal. Doesn't require a whole lot of work. Just a little extra step, and you will notice the difference on the way your board rides on the snow. It'll be a lot faster. If you want to get really anal retentive, this little critter here is a little block with felt on it. That is for the final polishing job. This is something you don't have to do. It's only if you want to get that little extra speed out of it. It's kind of, like I said, it's a bit anal retentive, but it is available. This here, brass brush. I use that mainly for getting the old wax and the crud out, which is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to just kind of give this a once over with this, get all the crud out, wipe it down, and then I'm ready to start waxing. So with that, let me grab my board. And like I said, I just put this thing just on here. So I'm going to just grab this little brass wire brush. Just get all the dirt, the old wax out of the pores. You can see the dust coming off of this thing. It's kind of pre-treats the base, so you're getting a lot better, fresher wax in the pores. And you don't have to, you don't have to spend all day at this. Just a few once-overs with there, just to get all the dirt, crud, kind of stuff out. You don't have to press real hard, and with the brass, you don't have to worry about scratching the board or scratching your base. So just give a once over there, and I don't have my shop towel, so just going to use this little brush here to wipe it down. If you got a towel, sleeve of your hoodie, anything you want, just to kind of wipe that down. Okay, got that thing prepped, ready to go. So the next step helps to have the iron plugged in. Okay. I'm going to turn up the temperature on this. Most of your irons come with a temperature guide for your wax. Basic rule of thumb, you don't want the wax to smoke. So with an all temperature wax, this particular wax that I'm using, about 240 is a good temperature there. Heats up real quick. So we'll let that get heated up. Okay, got the camera kind of zoomed in here. Now to start this, what I like to do is I like to hold the iron so that the corner is kind of pointing down to the board. Just take the wax, hold it on the base of the iron right there, it'll start melting, and just let that drip just back and forth. Okay, and you can go long ways, however you want to do it. Just get yourself a nice, fairly even coverage. Put a little bit up on your tip and tail. And I just kind of make a few zigzagging S patterns. And you're just basically dribbling that wax on there like so. And there again, if your iron's too hot, you'll start seeing some smoke coming off the wax there. That's your clue to turn the temperature down. Because the chemical properties of this wax are such that if it starts overheating and burning and smoking like that, it separates and kind of makes a mess. So just nice even coverage. What you're going to do is you're going to spread this all out. So there's not really any rhyme or reason. Just you want good even coverage, little drops of it all over. And as you get better, you'll get better at judging how much wax to use. At first, you might be using a little more wax than you have to. That's okay. So back and forth there. And I'm out of the camera range. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so I didn't use much. Probably maybe about a ½ inch of that cube. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start spreading this around. Just like ironing clothes, you're going to keep that iron moving. Just go ahead and put it down there and start working that back and forth. Move your wax out to the edges of the board. And you can kind of feel on the iron when it's gliding real smoothly. Yeah, it means you got a good little base of melted wax under the iron. When it starts getting sticky, that means it's setting up on you. So just like ironing clothes, just work that wax in. I tend to do little circular motions like so, just kind of moving that wax around to get all that even coverage. You can see how it's spreading out there. Just want to make sure you don't have any missed spots, and just keep working it in. The idea is to keep that iron moving, and I'll move out to the tip and the tail here. Make sure you pull that wax up to your edges there so that you get good even coverage, because this is going to be, if you're riding correctly, you're going to get the most wear on the edges of your board from carving. Just see how that's spreading out just like butter. Little spreading motion there. Okay, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to shut the camera off, finish this job here, and then turn it back on, and we'll get to scraping.